My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic, doing really well. Today I'm reviewing Caroline Herrera Privé Eau de Toilette. This is £56 for 50ml. Top notes are grapefruit whiskey, middle notes are cardamom, sage, red thyme, lavender. The base notes are benzoin, tonka bean, woody notes and leather. Do we have our fragrance samples? Are we engaged with our higher self? Let's get testing. This just smells very high street, very aroma chemical based. Undoubtedly masculine, a bit underwhelming, a bit uninspiring. But I want to say I've just come from the Frederick Malle one, which was, I think, eloquent and quite blissed me out actually. And to go from something which is expensive musks, exquisite raw materials, classic French perfumery, gorgeous central dark, to something like this is polar opposites. And this feels a little bit jarring. Maybe I should have reviewed this one first, but I just pick them up. This smells like a code fragrance. It just sort of smells the same, really. You're just detecting linalool, coumarin, dihydromercenol, musks. Coumarin's quite high. Bit of cedarwood, benzoate. I mean, it smells exactly what it is, and it smells exactly the right price. So it's the right price. It's everything right about it. It's just. I think I'm a little bit bored of all of these now, and I think it's almost like I can split the fragrance world up into this type of thing, which tends to be replicated all the time, variations on this, and then other stuff. It doesn't really seem anything really different. Yeah, there's a nice green note to it. I mean, it's just a lot of aroma chemicals to assimilate it, and that's what I'm smelling. It just definitely smells high street, it definitely smells a bit uninspiring. But I am coming from that other review, which was very inspiring and beautiful, and I can't help what's happening in my brain to go from one to the other. The Frederick Malle one felt like eloquent sort of French tailoring, and this just sort of feels like high street clothes. So I'm going from one to the other, so it's, you know, if you imagine getting a really tailored, beautiful white shirt, and then you've got something 10 quid off the sale, mass produced, this is just what it feels like. But I want to say there's nothing wrong in that. I mean, it's very nice. The demographic on this is quite young actually, so I think this is a very safe fragrance between 20 and 30, I would assume is the demographic. It just feels very safe, and it feels very generic, and it feels very okay. This would have all of its regulatory paperwork, and this would be very safe to wear. That is the plus side to it. It is very safe, very classic designer fragrance. You know what you're getting. The greenness combined with a little bit of a leathery note in there, which is from one aroma chemical, which I'm detecting quite small amounts, combined with sort of cedarwood and lots of aroma chemicals. Onto my final thoughts. I apologise if this is your favourite signature fragrance, and now I'm really not emotionally connecting to it at all, because it smells like everything else that I'm sort of smelling. And what I'd like to say at this point is I'd really like for you out there to try different things now, because this just feels the same. And I think if you all start spending your money with interesting brands, the high street companies will start producing things of more interest. You are directing where the fragrance industry grows by how you spend your money, and I really would like to see this sort of thing, you know, maybe coming to an end, and some interesting things coming out, because this smells like a clone of based around the same 80% raw materials with a few things put in. It's changing on the skin. It's actually not very nice. After I don't know how long I've had it on for. I might have spoken about this before actually. The Frederick Malle one, that changed and morphed into such a beautiful, eloquent, just gorgeousness, that my marks went and my point of view changed completely. This is starting to smell a little bit sour. There's like a bitterness, and that is the cedarwood mixed with the coumarin mixed with the musks. This is just so full of aroma chemicals that it just sort of, it has an offness to it. So this is absolutely undoubtedly built for cost, and it's just built on a template. The dihydromercenol is just, with the coumarin, is just quite overwhelming. So I'll go through my marks with you. Technically, I mean, it's brilliant technical fragrance because it's just what it is, but it feels like a computer printout. It doesn't feel like there would have been a perfumer sat diligently working at creation. It feels like corporate perfumery. It feels safe. It feels printed out and finessed slightly. And so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 4 because it's not very imaginative and it's okay. The price is really, really good for what it is. So 2 out of 2 for that. Do I like it? Not really. And again, I apologise. I just think there's so many better things out there. I don't like the way it's changing on my skin. There's a green note. The green note combined with the leather, combined with the wood, combined with sort of the embroxing and all of that is quite... smells. There's an offness to it. It just smells like, again, it just smells like it is. I'm going to mark it as 7 out of 10. I don't think it's bad. I think the ones I reviewed in the tall bottle, I can't remember what they're called now, I think they are better than this. They were much more stable and actually much more projecting. All that AMM range, that was superbly done, and that's about the same price, and I think that's excellent. This I don't think is particularly awe-inspiring, and I really want to go and wash my arm actually and just put something better on. I would suggest that you, for this price, you could get Pure Tonka or all of those sort of things. I think are excellent, really well done, skillful, brilliant, projecting, long lasting. This just feels very underwhelming. I think you deserve better for your money. Money's hard to come by. Meh. I hope you love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance reviews. I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you soon.